Okay, so here's my opinion of my 4.5-month-old foal leading in perfect position, having decided that part of that process includes carrying his own lead rope, right? Very shortly after he gets his halter put on, sorry, I'm acting like a child here. Very shortly after he gets his halter put on, he, does this and gets a hold of the lead rope. And then he carries it. He doesn't try to yank it out of my hand. He doesn't do anything like that. He just kind of fiddles with it, mouth plays with it, and carries it. He doesn't get out of position. He walks in cadence with me. There's nothing he's doing wrong. My question was, what do you do? Do you change that? Do you correct that? Do you scold him? Do you yank it out of his mouth and risk ripping out his teeth? Well, there's my opinion on that one. I'm going to tell you my opinion, and my opinion is he's pacifying his creativity. When leading a horse in general and they find it's a boring process, their creativity is spiked. Sometimes they want to create new games to see where they stand on the dominance scale, whether it's with other horses or with you. Sometimes those games are dangerous. Sometimes those games are just kind of irritating. And sometimes those games are funny, right? Not necessarily something that we really want to encourage is the non-compliance of what their job is, right? Tucker is distracting his creativity. He's pacifying his creativity, but he's not missing a beat on his job. Okay? So to me, that's kind of equivalent to working with, music on, right? He's doing his job. He's doing his job very well. And he's keeping himself busy enough that his energy that he's learning how to control is being occupied by this little thing he's doing. I would not correct that. First of all, it'll lose its interest. It really will. I did this way with another horse. It'll lose its, kind of like me, I like certain type of ice cream first for a period of time and then don't dare buy it again because I won't eat it, and then 6-7 months later, maybe I try it again, but for the most part, things wear off. So I'm not really seeing this as a lifelong problem. I'm seeing this as almost a benefit to me because as I lead him in, he's doing exactly what I need him to do and he's keeping himself busy, right? He's just like, do, right? I have absolutely no problem with that. Even a big horse, I don't really have a problem with a big horse doing that. It's more something I would be more tolerant of with a baby, then maybe I would try to redirect a bigger horse for just different type of level of manners. But right now, at his age, especially this little guy who is extremely animated, he, did go through a stage of falling behind and then trying to jump on me from behind me. He did go through a stage of slamming into me, not charging me, but just like wanting to go over there and he'd be here and he wants to go over there. And instead of getting in front of me, he just kind of thinks he's going to push me that way. He went through, and he's 4.5 months old. So if I feel like we've reached an agreement, right? We've reached a compromise. You play with the lead rope and you do as I'm asking you to do, and you do it well, and you do it flawlessly. I do feel he comes in now flawlessly. He used to, and he goes out flawlessly as well. It used to be he'd come in pretty good, excited about his breakfast or whatever, and there'd be a little up on his toes kind of thing. But he used to go out a lot more trying to figure out what to do with that energy that he's been holding on to in his stall all day, right, with his mom. And now he's ready to go run some circles and whatever. So that is a controlled energy stretch that he has to figure out. He used to have a hard time with it. Now he walks out where he's supposed to be. Yes, can he lose his grip on the lead rope and then get himself distracted trying to, get it again? Yes. Do I encourage him forward at that time? Yes. It's kind of like, you had your shot at playing with your pacifier. If you dropped your pacifier, too bad. Now you still just have to keep doing your job. If it takes him away from doing his job, then I would encourage a redirect of the energy that he's using to re-get the lead rope or whatever. So me personally, again, this is more of an opinion-based topic. I don't feel that there's a right or wrong answer. I do feel correction at this point would only encourage resentment. I think correction at this point would interrupt his ability to seek things to pacify his creativity. I don't want my horse to be defensive or resentful with me in any subject. So this is not important to me that my horse doesn't do this. This is not important to me. And that's another thing too, just in general, like if it's not important to you, as long as it's not going to be something that somebody in your stable has to manage and it is a problem. Like if you don't allow your horses to do things that other people can't manage because it's not important to you. Make sure that things that are not important to you are things that don't hinder anyone else's ability to handle your horse. But, otherwise, like if my horse wants to graze, when I'm talking to somebody, even though I, just stopped to talk to my trainer, but we were in a work mode. And now I've just stopped to talk to my trainer to get more information. And my horse has chosen to, we're in a grass arena and my horse has chosen to start to graze. Some trainers would be like, absolutely not. Your horse is in work mode. Your horse can't do that. If it's not important to you, if you're not planning on going into the show environment and you don't want your horse grazing with his bit on, I get that, right? But if it's not important to you, if none of that matters to you and it's never going to be part of your story, then do what you want to do with your horse. Don't let your peer group tell you what's right and wrong with your horse. As long as, like I said, you don't create habits that make your horse unmanageable for other people that are expected to handle your horse. Okay, so have a great day, and I hope that this at least makes an opportunity for a discussion. Thanks.